Alright, I'm making this video. This will be the first video that anybody sees, but I'm starting a channel to just kind of to document my own journey of what I'm building, and have it be kind of a library for me and other people to go look at something, 10 years down the line that I can look at and just realize that I documented the whole way. And I've been journaling about every day. I've been taking a video most days for since I started kind of what I'm working on now. And I thought it would be really cool to put something like this out and just kind of document it even further, just to show people more about the journey and what it looked like. So I'm sitting in Brazil right now. I'm eating a steak that I just made. I'm visiting my brother down here. It's the middle of the week, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm traveling around the world right now. I'm building my own business. It's just me, and yeah, it's a great feeling. Like, every day has never been harder, and mentally there's such an up and down with kind of what I'm working on. But like right now is a moment for me, kind of another reason why I'm starting this, to be able to just stop and realize, like, holy shit, I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing that I always thought about doing. And to kind of go back and how that started, I graduated from Michigan State University last spring, and I had no idea what I was gonna do. So I wasn't super motivated about what I was studying. I always loved personal development, but I just wasn't, I studied government and politics, and it just wasn't my thing. So I graduated. My girlfriend and I took a trip after school, which was great. I ended up dropping her back off in California after a road trip, and just had no idea what I was gonna do. I moved home. I had literally no money in my bank account. I was literally completely broke. Had no idea what I was gonna do. I moved back to Philadelphia with my mom and dad, and thankfully I had that as an option. And I felt kind of lost, and I knew I wanted to travel, so I knew that I needed to get a job to save up. I was going to save up that fall and then go travel the world and see things. I knew I had no idea what I wanted to do for work, but I knew that traveling and meeting new people would kind of guide me along the way. So that's what I did. I ended up getting a job. I applied for a job that was sales and marketing. I thought it was going to be like an entry-level, sales and marketing job where I got to go sit in an office and learn about business and all this other stuff. And I got there on the first day. I showed up in this big, huge tower in downtown Philadelphia. I took the train in, and I got the job. And so I showed up on the first day, and I was in the office, and they were like, all right, now we're going to go out in the field. And I was kind of confused. I thought obviously it was a job in the office. But I got in this car with a guy, and we ended up pulling up to a Walmart. And then we walked in the Walmart and spent the next 6 hours trying to sell people on energy. So switching their energy supplier from one company to another. And I couldn't believe what I was doing. I was literally walking up to people, they were putting their hand in my face, telling me no, telling me to screw off, all this other stuff, and it was just such a shock to the system. And I was training, so the guy that I was working with, we probably talked to 400 or 500 people, and they all said no except 2 or 3, and he made $400 that day. And it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, you can spend all day getting rejected and still make money. And so I ended up working there for about 2 months and saved up about $10,000. And it was my first experience with sales and my first experience with like really trying to to convince somebody to do something that they might not otherwise do. And so I decided that I was going to start something where I could do this, but sell something that actually helped people, that made them feel good, that grew their business, that didn't make me feel like a piece of shit for selling it to them, and something where I could do it from anywhere in the world, like where I'm sitting right now, or any country, and not have a boss, not have somebody telling me what to do or where to be or what to wear. I remember getting off a Zoom call and somebody was telling me that I had to have my microphone on during the whole Zoom call, and I just didn't understand like maybe the level of authority there. So I saved up all the money I had. I was determined to start a business, and I moved to Indonesia with my girlfriend for what would end up being about 6 months. Spent about $1,500 a month. Every day I would just watch money draining from my bank account. I didn't have any money coming in, but I sat there all day just knowing that no matter what, like I was going to start a business, I was going to start something that I could make money with, and nobody was going to stop me. And I just realized, like, I think that fall, standing in those Walmarts in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, I finally started to realize, like nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. Nobody's going to start the business or get the job or do whatever it is that you want to do. And I started to realize that for myself very clearly in that moment of, wow, I have no money. I have to do something to make this, to go to the place that I want to go, to then hopefully give me enough time to start the thing that I want. So I got to Indonesia, still had no idea what my business was going to be, and started kind of meeting people that were in a online business space. And by luck of coming across a certain YouTube video, shout out to Clay Lawrence, I got into the automations and kind of SaaS industry, so selling software to businesses, charging them for it. And since then it's developed into a whole range of other things. But yeah, I mean, I found something where I could sell something to somebody that helped them and make money from it, and I kept the money. It wasn't like I got the commission from it and then the company I worked for kept the recurring revenue forever. It was mine. It was my recurring revenue. It was my money. Nobody was going to take it from me. And it was such a good feeling. I spent 2 months reaching out to people and getting rejected before getting my first payment, but I already knew like having a sales experience now that's how it works. Like you have to go through the rejection to get the result that you want. And that first time that the card ran, I saw the money come through. It just like broke this barrier in my mind of like, wow, I can be sitting in another country and have somebody pay me for something, and I don't have to go into a physical office. Like, this is possible. And it's been 10 months since that moment, and now I've scaled my own business to about about right around $6,500 a month, depending on we have a few people that are processing through Stripe on trials, so not getting ahead of myself here, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm making right now, because I know where I will be. And I sat every single day in the morning and just visualized myself achieving the things that I already wanted. So at first it was, get a client. Then it was make $1,000 a month. Then it was make $5,000 a month. And all of those steps seemed like climbing Mount Everest at the moment. And then the moment you check it off, it's like, wow, I did that thing. Okay, what's the next thing? Let's go get the next thing. Let's go accomplish the next goal. And kind of fast forwarding, I came home in the summer after about 6 months there. It was like the best place I've ever been. I'd love to be living there still, but came back. I was making about $2,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and I didn't want to live at home. And I love my family, but I knew I needed to be somewhere new. So I moved down to Central America, and my whole goal was to basically just disappear in the fall and come back making more money something that I could support myself living in the U.S. if I wanted to. And so that's what I did. I went down to Costa Rica. I knew nobody there. I quickly realized it was a lot more expensive than I thought. I got an apartment in basically kind of like, up this trail into the jungle. And I just sat there every single day, having no idea how it was going to work, but knowing that I would figure it out and knowing that I was going to make it happen. And I ended up getting to travel to Guatemala and Mexico as well. And in each of those places, every single day for probably, at least 3 months that I was there, 4 months, I just worked all day. And it was extremely lonely. It was an incredibly lonely time. There were a lot of tears and a lot of mornings and nights where I was just holding my hands in my head. Holding my hands on my head, just kind of like, what's going on? And feeling that pain day after day, I've realized it's been probably one of the most important experiences of my life. And throughout that, I started a community of people that are doing something similar, with the purpose of just not feeling lonely, not feeling like, this experience of building a business has to be something that you don't have any support for, or anybody that's starting a business understands, especially if you're not surrounded by a bunch of people that are doing the same thing, it can feel incredibly, incredibly lonely, like you are on your own, and you are, especially at the start. But yeah, so started a community of people that are doing something similar. We're just about to crack 100 members, and it's really cool to know that I have something where there's a group of people that are all chasing their dreams and goals, and it kind of makes it feel like a lot more of a community thing, and you don't feel as alone. But I came back, making more money, and now I'm down in Brazil visiting my brother before Christmas. And this is in no way like having achieved the goal sort of talk. It's more so like I am completely in the middle right now of knowing where I can go and what's possible, and not being there yet, but refusing to give up. Like I will never quit. I will never throw in the towel. I'll never give up. Kind of a video I saw the other day, the guy talked about what happens if your dreams are so far away that you die before you reach them. And he just said, die on the road. Like, die on the road, die chasing your dreams, die going for it, because what is the other option? Literally, and that is what I ask myself when things get so hard, or I feel so terrible mentally, or like I remember the day that I made the video saying I got to $4,000 a month, somebody left, and it was just like, every time something is so hard for me in my mind, I think about what's the alternative, and it's going back to something that I know and that I don't want. And living that kind of life for me is just not an option. It's not an option to live a life where I don't want to wake up and I live for 5 p.m. or I live for the weekend, which is really living for Saturday, because then Sunday you just get stressed and you're thinking about going back to work. There is no other option for me. So this is kind of a video of like an update. Here, I am on the journey. I'm taking a second to get some water and then getting back in the race. But yeah, I mean, anybody that sees this video, and my future self included, like, you are not alone. There are thousands of people, and I've now met so many of them. There are thousands of people that are sitting there just like you, looking at the wall or looking at the ceiling, saying, I'm meant for more than this. I know I have the opportunity. I know I have the ability to do this, to start what I want, to go get, whether it's getting a different job that you want, or starting a business, or moving cities, like, you can do it. And you have to take the step. You have to take that step to see what's possible. And even just getting the first payment I ever got, I just saw was possible. And that's all you need. That's all you need. You just got to keep chasing. And it's been so cool to connect with other people that are doing the same and are refusing to settle in life. And have big goals. So it's been an awesome 2025, probably one of the best years of my life in terms of personal development. I have my own business now, which is cool. If I want to live in the U.S., I can choose to live there. And, you know, all the worries that come, the day-to-day mental up and down, I just realized that no matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets or you know, the peaks and valleys that come, I'll never quit. I'm going to make it happen. You know, for anybody, whatever goal it is that you have, there are thousands of people that are currently living the life that you want, and that's what I realized. So just keep chasing, keep going, don't stop. This is me telling myself all these things, but you know, you can't stop what won't quit. So this video will be logged forever. I'll be able to look back on it and kind of just smile one day when I'm sitting there and realizing that I accomplished every single goal that I set out for myself. And I was refusing to give in to the noise. I was refusing to give in to the imposter syndrome, to the fear, to the negative beliefs, the limiting beliefs. And I just kept going. And that's what I've realized now. Like, you know, I'll hit the 10K, the 20K, the 30K a month, and it's never really going to be the thing that makes me happy. The thing that will make me happy is that feeling of winning. Knowing that you went for it and that you accomplished it and that you're continuing to accomplish it and continuing to set new goals is really what it is at the end of the day. So keep going, guys. I'm going to link my community in the description of this video below so you can join. It's completely free right now. Yeah, we have a call every week. People get on, talk about what's working, talk about their struggles, and it's just a community of people that are chasing their dreams. So I'm excited to keep chasing myself, you know, keep pushing through all the hard days. It's been nonstop, probably 9 or 10 hours a day for the last 10 months, weekends included. And I feel more fulfilled and better and more excited to wake up than my entire life. So keep going.